host.
Yes.
Okay, Sadat, you
Joined by
you can take the limelight.
Well, you know, if someone doesn't turn up, what can I do?
No, listen. I think it's time we made some changes here. Yeah.
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 Already.
Yeah. I think we need to take over. We do need to take over.
To be honest, with the pair of you, between the two of you, you hardly turn up. If it's not you, and it's an excuse, oh, I'm playing for the vets, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. What's the excuse today? Is it some sort of shadi wadi?
It's a shadi. It's Mubarak to Ishi. Ishi's getting married today. So he's finally sorted himself out and got married.
Is it Mubarak or is it Allah khair kare na shadi hogi?
No, it's Mubarak. It should always be Mubarak, shouldn't it? Yeah.
All right, chalo, take him Mubarak then to Ishi. Yeah. But yeah, I'm disappointed. He's not here, Image, you know?
Well, he's got a wedding.
He's getting married.
Would you turn up even if it was your cousin's wedding?
My cousin's wedding, yeah. Who's next in our family? Our next in our family will be probably Hamza.
Is it Hamza?
Nephew, yeah.
And Mohib's after him, yeah?
Mohib, no, because I've got my other nephews, so there's Mohib's.
But you're going to sort Mohib out before, aren't you?
Oh, he's a good-looking lad. I'm sure he'll sort himself out. He goes after his father.
Oh, does he really? Okay, that's good. Good to hear.
So anyway, welcome to Salaam Sports. Sorry, we've been away for a couple of weeks now. So I think 2 weeks we missed.
Yeah, I've missed, I think, 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, let's not even go into that again with you and Image. But yeah, we've missed 2 weeks. We're on 105.1 on Inspire. So welcome to Luton listeners as well.
Welcome to Luton. How are you?
Kia Luton. No, Tico. I mean, give me a phone call, Luton. Give me a phone call.
I would like to just get a phone call today, I think.
Yeah, it's true. Because normally Image has it all set up and he's not here today.
He does, yeah, he does.
But yeah, anyone want to text or WhatsApp? It's 07745 278 978. Studio telephone is 01733 602 133. We're live on Facebook. And that will explain your jalshal. There's
a wedding coming up.
It's a wedding again. Are you going to the Ishi's wedding as well?
I was there just now. You know, it's fashionable to be late at weddings. I was there early. And Ishi just turned up.
Khana shana mili?
Oh, no, I've had no food. No, I'm starving, bro.
Ishi, that's
bad.
I'm
not happy. And I was going to bring some food for you and me, Sadat. But there was no food.
Maybe now she's married, he'll do a dawat and his wife will do the cooking and you can do the eating.
Yeah, well, wish him luck then for that, bro.
Okay, there's a couple of other announcements I've got to make before we get into the show. Pride of Pakistan. I've seen a lot of ads of this, man. This is good old Wasim Badami and Ibrahim Ul Hassan.
It's next Friday evening, is it?
Yeah. So if you want your tickets, call Qasim 077 2255 884. Tickets are going like hot.
Should be a very good show. It's at where is it? At the Bull Hotel, is it? Or
good question. Yes, the Bull Hotel, Westgate, Peterborough.
Excellent news.
Yeah, so it's going to be great.
Yeah.
I like Ibrahim Hassan. I don't know if you ever see his programs.
No, are you looking
on his channel. Yeah. So without saying his channel's name, might be false advertising, you know. I don't want to do that.
No, you don't want to do that. I agree.
So yeah, and Wasim Badami, so that would be great. That's a human appeal. There's this Virtues, the early years, also happening. This Umrah ticket to be won.
Wow. That's amazing. Really good.
Umrah Hajj is becoming very expensive.
Yeah, very, very expensive.
I was trying to maybe save some to take the Mrs. Hajj next year, but I just can't. It's just getting too expensive.
I think the Hajj is £5,500-6,000 per person at the moment.
Per average, around about there. Yeah, I mean, and I assume it's going to go higher and higher each year.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to save for 1 year. Next year I realise it's bumped up. So yeah, that is again happening at the Voyager School on Friday 24th.
So Sadat, you're looking to change your wicked ways and become a Haji then?
I am a Haji.
Mashallah,
I've been Hajj. I went to Hajj in
Did you really?
2000. Yeah. Yes, that's why I'm not as bad as you lot.
You haven't changed
your social events, and I say no, I'm staying home.
Okay.
And then there's an open day at Fazan Medina Mosque, and the best thing about it obviously will be food.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the open day for? Is it what sort of
it's
open
discussions? There'll be exhibitions. I suppose it's just let people in, let them know what's on. We know what's happening nowadays, and people's thoughts towards obviously with all the negative press that Islam are getting and everything. So it's open day to actually tell what true Islam is about and talk about that. So that'd be great, and that's obviously a free event. So turn up there on Sunday, the 26th of November, 2017. So that is amazing. Okay, so sports. That's what we're here for. What's going on?
Well, the World of Cricket, if you're looking at the World of Cricket. What's been going on with Pakistan?
Ashes,
is that finished?
Ashes are coming now. Well, Pakistan done.
It's done.
Yeah, you weren't here that time. Okay. They're done. They won the T20s, lost the test matches, and then won the one day. And
test matches, they don't really lose at home.
That's the first. I think that's the first they lost in Dubai for God knows how many.
Yeah, for about 20 odd years apparently.
Yeah, so I mean, we say home, but it's the Dubai game. They had the last one day in Pakistan, which was all a hoo-ha. Will they have it or won't they? Yeah. So they had that in Pakistan. You know, won convincingly. Basically, the one days was just a one-sided. It was all Pakistan all the way through. Yeah. And test match was Pakistan really through the match.
Yeah, I think they didn't obviously play well.
No, so that's over. But the Ashes are starting on Thursday.
Ashes are starting, yeah. So, I'm going to be looking forward to that.
Yeah, you don't think England will get a whitewash like they did last time in Australia?
I think, like sometimes we read too much into this. Me personally, I think England are a good side.
Yeah.
It's how they actually combat the elements in Australia.
Yeah.
I reckon they'll do well. Yeah. I honestly think they'll do well. I think with the Stokesy, there is going to be a difference.
Yeah.
But each player has to apply himself correctly and properly, and then they're all.
Is there a chance for him to come yet, Stokes?
There is. Yeah, there's still an opportunity for him.
Coming for the Ashes, even though it starts on Thursday. I mean, our brother Mohin, he's been talking lately on the BBC.
I've not heard it. What's he been saying?
He's been saying the Australians like to talk a lot.
Yeah.
They give you all.
I have to agree with him. Yeah, the Australians are renowned for obviously sledging.
Yeah, and they big themselves up. He says, and he goes, that's part of the game. So it's something that he's had before.
I think I think we're going to do all right in Ashes. I think it's going to be closer than what people actually think it is. And with England, it happens predominantly. They've already started saying without Stokesy, we're not going to. England are not favourites, and they've got no chance. So are you saying player?
So what are you saying? They put it on the line. Then what's the score? What's going to be the score?
Is it 5 tests first of all?
It should be 5 tests.
Yeah. I reckon. Do you know what? I've got this gut feeling England are gonna win it, but it's gonna be close.
England will win it 3-2.
Yeah,
that close.
Do you know what? It depends on obviously rain, which is not really a factor in Australia.
It should be in Australia, no. It should be good.
But I think it's going to be close. I'm not going to say it's going to be 3-2 or anything. Although it'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? It'd be a close test, wouldn't it?
I can't see England winning 3 test matches out there.
So
they might win 1. But I think it's going to be Australia.
Do you think so?
Yeah, it might.
Obviously, you've got a bit more knowledge on cricket.
Not if you listen to our or hear our expert views.
You've got a better view, and obviously you follow cricket a little bit more than I've been following cricket recently. So, but there's been a lot of stuff going on. England are still not entirely sure of who they're going to take, or is everybody been accounted for?
No, it's all done now. It's all done, is it? I haven't got the list here, but it's all been done, so dusted. So.
Have they got so many new players that, we need to watch out for, or...?
No, not really. Not that I can remember off the top of my head. Again, this week's been hectic, and I've started a new job. I don't know if you know. So
congratulations to that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you're working in the city these days?
Yeah, I'm working in London, so I'll be absent unless I didn't get time much to read up on it. But I know they're starting this Thursday.
Yeah. Why is that then? I mean, Sadat, you come back 5, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the evenings.
7:15.
So are you saying that you still don't get enough time?
Family time. You ask Ishi in a few months what family time is. You know what I mean? After he's married, he's got
I think you just enjoy the wife's cooking too much, and most of your time spent eating.
Well, this is why I got married, isn't it?
Did you get married for the cooking?
For the cooking, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Shipped her over all the way. So that's the cricket. We'll see what happens. Obviously, we'll talk more about the cricket next week after the first Test match. What happens with Thursday? So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it finished on Monday, innit? So Sunday we might have a view of what's going to happen on the first Test match and who's won or not. But I'll tell you what was amazing: the Formula One.
Yeah, Formula One has been pretty tight, and obviously with Lewis Hamilton winning, by
a mile, isn't it?
By a mile,
they've
really.
Still got a race today.
They've got a race.
I think.
Even the last race, Hamilton, I think he started off on, started back in the grid, didn't he?
Yeah, I think did he finish 10th or 11th or so? He didn't get on the podium on the last.
No, I think he finished 5th or 6th. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought his car not broke down. Sorry, he had car issues, and that's why he fell quite far back. But is it Vettel who came second? Did it have to finish in the top 2 or something? And he didn't get those points, and therefore, by default, obviously he'd won.
No. The last
race, the
last race was a foregone conclusion. It didn't make any difference.
No. The day he won the championship.
Yeah. Oh, the day he won it.
Because we've not done the show since then.
That was the 2 races before.
The 2 races before, yeah.
Okay.
So I think, did Vettel have a crash, or did he not actually win in a certain position?
No, I think he needed to finish in a certain
top
position.
3, yeah.
And he didn't.
Yeah. So, and by default he's won. Obviously, I say by default, obviously he's done all the hard work before that.
Yeah.
He's had the most... he's had the best. What's when they have it before the laps?
The best
starts in the races. Yeah, but I don't know what they call when they do, because they have the laps before, don't they? When they're racing on their own.
Yeah, you mean
the start?
The timings.
Yeah, the timings, and he's had the most successful. He's been on the lead on the most by any of them.
Are we talking about Vettel?
No.
Lewis Hamilton.
Lewis Hamilton, yeah.
Lewis Hamilton has had the most poles, hasn't he?
Yeah, the most poles. That's the correct word I was looking for. Yeah, so the most poles. So does that tell you something that as a driver then for him, he's had the most poles? Because obviously they do that when they're on their own, so there's no pressure of everything. So you really,
you can,
with the vehicle and everything. But is he just a better driver then? I mean,
I think he is a very, very good driver. I think he doesn't get the recognition.
Yeah.
That he should deserve. He's Britain's best driver. He's won 4 world championships.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. He's a young guy. He's still got a lot to give to the sport. Schumacher was the all-time, I think, number 1. He's obviously won 7.
Yep.
But for me, I think Ayrton Senna was, because Ayrton Senna, he used to take risks. We're talking about, these guys are driving at 200 miles an hour, and he would go the extra,
outside lane when you should go in the inside lane,
the extra mile, and ultimately that cost his life, in that race, didn't it? Where he just ended up crashing his car, but. For me, I think has to be Ayrton Senna as number 1 driver.
What's your opinion on the fact that they're now going to change about the engine? They're going down to
three races. Cheers for the summary, Sadat, by the way, because I've only realised about that now. I've not really touched base on that. I think that's disappointing.
It sucks.
It does. I think it's disappointing.
But does it matter? It's going to be the same for everybody. So it's 3 engines. I mean.
It is 3 engines for everybody, but look, you do get issues with engines, and
I just explain it as if I don't. Well, I really don't know that much about the vehicle itself and the engines and such. So it started off with a lot more than 3 because it came down to 4, and then now it's coming down next season to.
They're trying to make it a bit more competitive. What they're trying to do is actually trying to get because it's all about how much money they actually spend.
But with having it to 3 engines, would it not make the vehicle lighter?
No, because you're still gonna. I mean, you still got 4 even before, the engine size is not gonna make any difference.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. On the vehicle, is it? All it means is if you have a blowout, if your engine, knackers out,
Okay.
They can only do 3 changes in the whole of the year. That's all it.
Oh, so that's what it means to see.
So it's not. They don't have 3 engines in the vehicle. No, they don't. No, they can do. 3 in total for the whole year. So look, these guys are driving 250 miles an hour. You're gonna get a blowout, aren't you?
Yes.
So what they want them to do is obviously make sure that they try to look after their engines.
Yeah.
And is that trying to make the sport competitive? Racing is all about racing, isn't it?
Yes.
Racing is all about speed.
Yeah.
As far as you can take the car, you can actually take it.
Yeah.
Some drivers can, they can drive to 100 miles an hour. There's other drivers who can push the boundaries and go as far as they want.
Yeah.
So Hamilton's issue is, I think, it's more to do with the fact that look, you know, he's gonna have to take care of the engine a little bit more. But you don't know with car engines, you know, when they're gonna go and when they're not gonna go.
Oh, interesting. You see, I saw the news, but I didn't quite understand it. I'm glad I asked the question.
Oh, good.
Very
That's,
good.
That's good.
Well, we're still live on Facebook. I'm not getting any calls from Luton. You know what's going on? How many views? Oh, we've got so many views on live.
Wow.
We've got one.
We got one.
Yeah, that's me.
I tell you what, everybody's at the wedding today, aren't they?
Well, it's let's blame Ishi at the wedding, innit?
I spoke to. I tell you what, I've spoken to Mike Scholler, and he's at the wedding, and he's asking Image if he's going to be here at the wedding, and Image says no. Sadat and Arif are doing it today, so he said, okay, I'll be tuning in. Obviously, he's not tuning in, is he?
Shocking. Another event we didn't cover, and I wanted to cover. And unfortunately, my memory's not great with the boxers' names, but Top Yard had an event.
Yeah, you're talking about Hamad.
Yeah, Hamad Bilal. Yeah, I mean, it's the boxer's kid's name that I won't remember, to be honest with you. But I did have that weekend actually a list.
Yeah, because you were actually there at the boxing.
It's the first time ever I've seen it, boxing live, sort of thing. Obviously, you see it on telly and all that stuff.
Okay,
but to go to an event and Bilal and
what did you think of it? Because to be honest with you, I didn't get the opportunity to go to this one.
So many people.
Yeah,
I didn't expect. I'll be honest, I didn't expect that many people. I haven't got the numbers, but you know, it was jam packed. You know, and that's the hall. Obviously, you got the ring that takes some room up, but I think there's more people to that than the last time I went to an event in that hall was, other than weddings, was I think when Ibrahim Huq came down once, about good damn 10 years, years ago, yeah. And I thought there was more people at the boxing event than that.
Boxing event, you know, you've got a lot of youngsters who are interested in boxing, and I think Hamad and Bilal are doing a fantastic job in obviously creating awareness as well.
Yeah, that's Hamad there, Bilal there, Mazia was there,
yeah.
and it was great. And some of the boxing technique, as you can see, obviously from the younger kids, they started off with the younger kids and it got built up. And the good thing is with the younger kids is they didn't say who's a winner or loser. They just said, "Oh, it was a good match, well done," at the end. And then as they got to a certain age,
then they started making.
And I think it's a bit similar with what we do with SC Peterborough, obviously. And I think where the young lads, we don't put the scores on. It's just well done. He won, he lost, etc. But it was a really good event, and I was very impressed with it. And the technique as they got older. And there was this. Oh, that's what I'm saying. I wrote it all down. There's a player, the boxer. Sorry, I think they called him the Cat or something. Was it? No, Hook. Yeah, called him Captain Hook. He had a long hair ponytail. And he was a very good boxer, martial from the.
Was he from Peterborough?
Yeah, from one of Top Yard's academy boxers. But they did really well, and I just wanted to take time out to mention that particular event, especially with the issue, troubles that Top Yard had with the burglary and the fire. Yeah, which is very disappointing. And
very disappointing. Actually, you know, I think those lads, you know, there's a lot of people who go out of the way, do a lot of things, you know, to make things happen for our kids, you know. And
we didn't have this opportunity.
No.
So openly available.
No, absolutely not. Yeah.
Time. And if there was pockets here and there, it's very rare it was within our community.
Well, you used to get a single guy.
I didn't used to get it for my sort of stuff. While our football was in the park, put your bags down, get a few friends together and play and stuff like that. Obviously, there were clubs available, but it wasn't so. You know, as like FC and Top Yard going round and you hear everything, Fatwa doing so much thing, and there are volunteers that do these things.
Yeah, it's time out. Yeah, if you've had a look at especially the last sort of 5 years, a lot of things have changed. You know, within this community that we live in, where people are, you know, making facilities, you know, making things happen for others. You know, and look, it's a testament to Peterborough, really, and I think we've just got to keep it continuing. Obviously, on the downside is obviously what's happened to you know, Top Yard with their the facilities and everything. But you know, these guys are strong. They'll carry on, and you know, they'll look at other opportunities and other places available to them. And look, like you said, the show was you know, a fantastic success. Yes. And you know, there'll be backup. I mean, there'll be other people and other facilities available for them in the future. So look, you know, not all lost with that situation. But Sadat, I'd just like to ask you a question. You know, we've been talking about a lot of, you know, different types of sports. We'll go on to a bit of football, but not, you know, professional football. We'll go on to football that you were part of on Friday evening. The fact that, you know, congratulations, is that your first 90 minutes for about 30 years? Because I remember you saying that.
You know me, I like to just throw a joke and make people laugh. But
you were on the floor though.
The A-teams. I've done 90 minutes.
No, but you didn't do 90 minutes for the A-team, did you?
Yes.
No, so you must have come off for 5 or 6 minutes.
No.
You know, at time because
no, full 90 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, but I must say the pitch that we played on Yaxley seems to be
fantastic.
A massive pitch.
Yeah, it's
you know, you just see that ball's going to roll out. You think, oh my god, no,
it's not rolling
I better chase this. So but it was a great game. Great game. You know, 10 men.
I think you know, just shows you that, you know, even football wise, you know, there's opportunities out there for everybody.
Yeah, every age, every level.
Yeah, every level.
Yeah.
And if you persevere, you can get somewhere. I mean, no offense Sadat or anything like this, and I hope none taken. Yeah,
no,
I mean, let's look at it 5 years ago. I mean, even for myself, if this club was not in existence, FC Peterborough, we wouldn't be playing football now, would we? You know,
not at this level.
Not competitive football.
No.
So you know,
look, I've said it to you before many times when we've sit down and town. I've never played 11 aside.
Yeah.
Okay, when I was in my prime. Okay, I played 14, 15 aside at Queen's Park, and when you put the bags down and stuff like that, and you know, it's been reduced now to 5 aside. And even now with my work, I know it's only been a couple of weeks, but now I come back home late, I'm thinking, oh my god, I'm going to miss out on my evening footballs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So these opportunities are very rare, and you've got to take them.
Yeah, you've got to take them, and you know,
and that's why I moan and complain when I get picked.
Well, that's the way I look at it. I mean, I look at it as thinking, look, listen, now, you know, I think the youngsters are different. You know, when you're 19, 20 and you miss a couple of games, it's not a big thing.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
You know, when you're in your 40s, and you miss a couple of games and you think, look, you know, it might be your last game, and you know your legs are gonna give way, etc. But look, you know, it's good. It's good to see you as well. You know, I thought you had a fantastic game that day.
I thought we all gelled greatly, and you know, we've had. With respect to certain players, maybe I'll put my name down first, shall I say. We've had players who are much better than me play in the FC 11, shall we say, and we've not had a good game. You know, the star players, shall we say, are up there, or we have a full squad, and I don't think we've played as well or battled as well as we did when in that first half, especially when we were one man down because we didn't have enough players at the time. And it was just great the way that we all got together, battled, and encouraged each other. And I thought it was a great. Yes, we won at the end, and obviously we wanted to win. The result mattered. Yeah. But had we not won, I think I would have not enjoyed it as much.
Yeah,
but I enjoyed it a lot.
I think the adrenaline, especially the last 5 minutes, when we'd scored at the end, that sort of changed the mood. But in saying that, we could still be proud of the fact that being with 10 men for so long period in that game, you know, we came back. And got a 2-2 result against a pretty good side. Yeah. And, you know, the thing is, what really pleased me was the fact that, you know, the players, you know, everybody raised their game. Yeah. You know, that's
something we all battled at that one.
And, yeah, definitely. So, it was pretty good. I think the only person who I think who could play a bit better.
don't you dare.
Okay, forget about it.
You might only have one view at the moment anyway, but I'm sure it'll get out somehow. If you mention a certain names.
Right, leave it at that then.
But as you started on FC, we've got 6 minutes before a break. I wanted to give this a bit of time. Maybe we'll continue after break as well. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions because there's a couple of incidents that happened within the club itself, in games, etc. And I'm going to step out here, pretend that I'm not part of the club, and I'll ask you some maybe hard questions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I want you to answer them, obviously, and I know you will, obviously, honestly as possible. Now, there was an incident in the reserves games yesterday.
Yeah.
Where one of the players, I don't know if his nose is broken or fractured, but he was headbutted.
He's broken, yeah.
He's broken, okay. You know, inshallah, he'll have a quick recovery. So it was an FC player who got headbutted. by the opposition team. Now, recently there was also in the papers how the club or the footballers, agents and stuff are having attitude issues. Would that be the correct word to say? Or temper issues, something like that?
I'd say more temper issues.
Temper issues.
If you the article was talking about generally temper.
Temper, right? So I want to give you this platform to respond to that particular article. Now, I'll be honest, didn't get a chance to read all of it.
I think Sadat. Honestly, this is going to take more than just 5 minutes. To answer this question.
Should we do it after the break?
I think the best thing is definitely, we'd spend a few minutes talking about the Premiership at the end. But if you want to talk about this subject,
after the break, or if you want me to wait for Image to do it here while you're both
No.
here,
We can. We carry on. Look, at the end of the day, it's still fresh in our minds. The incident, and it happened yesterday, and I've spoken to a few of the players.
Okay, so we'll do it after the break then, inshallah. We'll be back after the break. Please stay with us and listen to the conversation.
Stay tuned to Salaam Radio after this short ad break.
Sadly, millions of orphans living in the poorest countries lack the necessary support for a healthy childhood. These children have to endure lives of hardship without the basic necessities that will help them to grow, to learn, to live. Let's show them that we do care. Let's brighten up their future. Call 0161 225 0225 or visit humanappeal.org.uk.
Do you like the idea of being a radio presenter? Have you got a great idea for a show? Why not get in touch with us? We are always looking for enthusiastic, committed and professional individuals to join our team of volunteer presenters. Send us an email to info@salamradio.co.uk and we'll be in touch. You could be on air sooner than you think.
Third world and developing countries are home to some of the most vulnerable children on the planet. Malnutrition, severe lack of medical aid and access to clean water are just some of the horrific challenges faced by orphans across Africa and Asia. Children of Adam, a Peterborough charity, need your help to bring aid to these orphans for just £25 a month. To sponsor an orphan or assist with other projects, please call 0300 321 0032 or visit www.childrenofadam.net.
ह्यूमन अपील और सलाम रेडियो पेश करते हैं प्राइड ऑफ पाकिस्तान। ये प्रोग्राम 6 शहरों पर मुश्तमिल है और पीटरबरा इन शहरों में से एक शहर है। इस प्रोग्राम की मेहज़बानी पाकिस्तान की बेहतरीन अदाकार कर रहे हैं, जिनमें आपके जाने पहचाने इकरारुल हसन, वसीम बदामी और होस्ट ज़हीर खान शामिल हैं। ये प्रोग्राम शाम को 6:30 बजे बरोज़ हफ्ता 25 नवंबर को बुल होटल वेस्ट गेट पीटरबरा में मुनक्किद होगा। इस प्रोग्राम में आपको हमारे बैनुल अक़वामी मेहमानों से और ख़ास करके इकरारुल हसन से उनके म्यांमार के दौरे का तज्ज़िया सुनने का मौका मिलेगा। इस प्रोग्राम की टिकट £5 हैं। तमाम आमदनी रोहिंग्या के मुसलमानों की मदद के लिए इस्तेमाल होगी। जगह महदूद हैं। टिकट हासिल करने के लिए 07722558884 पर राब्ता करें।
Iqra Academy is the only Muslim girls' school in Cambridgeshire where your daughter will develop her knowledge of Islam and the national curriculum in a safe environment. Ofsted has judged the teaching and learning, leadership and management, pupil behaviour and personal development as good in June 2017. Iqra Academy's qualified staff teach in small classes, and the school is producing sports teams who have a track record of succeeding at national level. With reduced fees and a good rating 3 times from Ofsted, why not consider Iqra Academy for your daughter? Enroll now to avoid disappointment. Please contact 01733 331 433 or email admin@iqraacademy.org.uk.
Assalamu alaikum. Bismillah. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم من رغب عن سنتي فليس مني that whoever abandons my sunnah is not from me.
If you want to learn about Islam and Muslims, stay tuned to Salaam Radio 106.2 FM.
Assalamu alaikum, welcome back to Islam Sports. You're with me, Sadat Akram, and my brother Arif. Aziz.
Welcome back.
Aziz to me and Aziz to every listener out there. Right. Right, before we went to the break,
Yeah.
I was going to ask you the question. Or anyway, just ask your response to recent comments or article regarding FC Peterborough, in particular towards the anger attitude on the pitch during games. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah.
I would, and I've got no questions prepped here or anything like that. It's only because this incident is fresh and it happened yesterday. And I thought, okay, I'd ask. And I don't really want to go into the incident too much from yesterday because I'm sure it's been investigated and there's going to be a report coming out.
We'll discuss the incident as well. But
what would you say to people saying there's no smoke without fire?
I think we really need to look at this particular subject, in a different light. Yes, there is going to be issues on the pitch, and that happens in every game. You look at from grassroots football to youth level to semi-professional to professional. Yeah, you're always going to have issues where a tackle goes in, and the ref doesn't give a decision.
It's the response they were after, and that's going to happen. You're going to get a challenge that comes in, takes your legs out, or an elbow.
You've got the referee there. Obviously,
you've got the referee there to referee the game, and deal with these situations. But I think what the criticism comes by is the way that we react towards this.
No, I think that without trying to go too deep into it, I've been part of, sort of football in Peterborough, I would say for the best part of, 30 years. And attitudes towards, ethnic minority teams to, black players has not changed much, and it's sad. It really is sad. 30 years ago, we used to get it, and at that time, players didn't really react, because they were probably one player in a team of, 11 non-ethnic players. So they always felt a little bit intimidated, or, they just didn't want to say anything, just to upset the wider audience. Now the situation is, especially in the last few years, what we're beginning to see is the fact that this is down from grassroots football, from 6-7 year olds playing upwards. There's always incidents, there's always issues, and the referees, personally, they're not doing as well as they should be doing, in protecting players. With situations where a challenge is going in, or somebody's been fouled, somebody's been kicked, the referee has predominantly just played on or not looked at those instances, and sometimes it does come to a head. It gets to the point where you feel like as if you're playing against everybody, and the referee is there to make the right decision and to protect you. They make mistakes like everybody does. You get good referees, you get bad referees. But it's constantly happening where, ethnic minority footballers, we'll just take FC Peterborough, for example, where they've had issues where the league, the league doesn't understand, because they've never been part of this situation where they've had just a group of Asian lads playing football or ethnic minorities playing football. And they don't really know how to deal with it, and they don't see it so much as a problem, although we see it on a daily basis.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, it's more of they see that, and like I said, do correct me if I'm wrong, that we're more of the problem than the whole situation that we're finding that. That's the problem.
Yeah, this is just like I explained to you before. They don't see that as a problem. You know, they in their psychology they can't see that. They can't see I mean, when our players react, they only see the reaction. They don't see the actual incident that led up to the reaction, and the fact that it was constantly going on for 45, 50 minutes, 60 minutes of a game, and somebody's just lashed out. Look, don't get me wrong when I say this, that there have been incidents in in football where we have to take the blame. Where players have lashed out, players have not done what they should have done. Yeah, but the incidences you're referring to, especially over the last sort of couple of months, look, I can say to you, yeah, look, we're an honest team.
Yeah.
We go in for a fair challenge. We go in to tackle people, but we're now being perceived as a club with an issue. Okay, and even today, I was speaking to the assistant manager of the opposition, and he said, look, we've heard about you guys. And I thought he might say, like, oh yeah, well, good things about your club and everything. And he didn't. He turned around and said, look, oh, you're quite physical team, And we're talking about kids football here.
Wow. Okay.
We're talking about, like,
what age group was that?
This was in the under 12s. And I said, no. I said, no, it's nothing like that,
Okay, so my mentally, I've got the other way around. I thought, I thought it was coming mainly from the adults team, shall we say, so the first, the reserves, the vets, etc. With the other side, and again, I did say, obviously, I'll try to step outside, pretend I'm not part of FC and ask this question. Obviously, I do the under 9s. And it was funny enough, I was speaking to Iffy, who I assist, and he's doing a great job. And I say, have you noticed the other teams are a lot more physical than ours? And they're doing what we call professional fouls.
Yeah.
They've got the nudges in and they've got all that. And I said, do you really think that that's actually taught to them during the training sessions? His opinion, he says, yeah. He goes, that's probably their, saying, yeah, give them a nudge, put them off.
Yeah.
Because one particular player in the yesterday's game was taking a shot, but before he got the shot, he got nudged quite firmly in the back to put him off, which in the adults game you probably see anyway, just because the last thing, but you don't see our players doing that, and it's not something that we would say to them, do.
No, we wouldn't encourage our players to foul somebody or put...
No, but you got a shout from the coach saying, well done, put pressure on him, you put him off. And I thought, professionally wise as football, I can see where he's coming with. If I was watching an adult game, for example, Man United, Liverpool, I'd expect him to give him a bit of advice.
You'd expect to be pretty...
But at this level, at the under 9s, I thought it was the other way around. I thought we're less physical compared to the other teams. The other adults teams, I wouldn't say we're physical, I just thought the issue was more the way we react to when we get fouled or we don't get a decision that goes our way, or FCP, that's the smoke that's coming out from the article and etc.
Yeah, I think the article is quite biased.
Yeah.
My personal views.
Did he interview anyone from FC?
He interviewed Imtiaz, and he had a discussion with Imtiaz. But in saying that, he, if you're talking about Swanee, who wrote the article, he hasn't actually come to see any of our games. So he's making a judgment on something he's...
From hearsays.
Yeah, from hearsay. And, we've had issues with the league. We had an issue yesterday when one of our players had got a nose broken for nothing.
Earlier,
For no reason of his fault. I know the lad pretty well. He's not one you'd know who would be who's violent or who gets physically.
He does the talking of the football.
Yeah, he does. He does his his talking's done on football, and as a club, we're gonna have to do something about this. We're definitely gonna have to stand up and try to look at this situation and try to put pressure on the leagues. As far as high up as we can take it, and we're definitely gonna do that. I mean,
will you? Do you think you need to approach the coaches and talk to them and say, look, we need to maybe look at it a different way to sort our players out, or do you think you start coaching different way and saying, right, be a bit more? And I just, even as I'm saying it, I just understand, because it's only from the youngsters when I say like they're more tactical fouls that they do on us. I mean, is there any need to talk to our coaches in any way and do anything differently?
I think the only thing we've got to talk to our coaches is just keep encouraging them.
Yeah.
Obviously make sure our players don't get involved in certain situations. We're not,
because we had this conversation. I think even maybe was it last year when we were having issues and we were saying, should we tell the players to walk off the pitch if certain issues happen? When there was the under 13s.
Yeah, it was a racism issue.
Yeah, it was racism issue where they and we sort of said maybe it's the media because they brought it all this highlight with the Muslims and everything, and it was some kid who did a bomb thing and said Allahu Akbar at the time, and I said, should we, as coaches, should we tell our players to come off and we say we're not going to play against this, or should we did that? And
I think we if the actions are strong enough, then we've got to take a strong enough action where yes, in sometimes we have to leave the pitch, and try to protect our players, and especially the young kids, they're 7, 8, 10-year-olds, where we've got to try to encourage them to play football and not get involved with something of that nature. Look, 30 years ago it was more acceptable, with the way football is now, with kick out racism and with all these different authorities getting involved when there are racist issues. Look, enough is not being done, not enough, especially at grassroots level. If you're talking about the Premiership, everything's on camera. You can hear people,
different, story or
but they've cut out situations in professional football. Yeah,
they're cutting out.
They're cutting it out. Yeah, okay, but grassroots football, not enough's being done. Look, you've got to remember, Britain, UK is a diverse. We're a diverse nationality here. There's so many different people, so many different races. You have to, you can't, you can't say things that you said 30 years ago, 20 years ago, and get away with it here. No. And people are still getting away with it. And there are some good parents, who actually make a point and make a stand up. And there's, some parents who allow this stuff to happen. Sadat, you and me, we've been involved in games where situations have arisen. Kids' footballs where we've gone out to different places and, it's got out of hand.
Yeah. Funny enough, as soon as you said that, first thing that popped in my head was the under 13s game again. Was it a month ago now?
About a month ago.
Yeah,
and
4 weeks ago.
Look, let's not name teams.
Yeah, I'm not going to name the team. I'll just
let's
the age
not,
group,
but the thing is, there are issues, and as a club, we will be doing something about that. I mean, this latest incident.
Well, I'm gonna look into this. I'm not looking into. I look forward to what happens into the report of this latest incident, and we will bring it up again, and we will discuss it again, and we'll see what happens, and maybe give it a bit more time. We're coming, obviously, got halfway through the second half, and we can't obviously go without doing the Premier League football. There was other couple of nitpicks I wanted to do as well before that. Darts today before I left. Do you ever watch darts?
You know what? I'll tell you something. I used to watch darts probably 5 or 6 years ago.
I haven't seen darts for
donkeys. I used to love darts, honestly. We're talking about Eric Bristow back in those days of Jock Steen. I can't remember his Jockstein. I can't remember if that's his correct name.
But the thing is, the image that I remember of darts was throwing the darts and having a beer at the same time.
A beer,
yeah. And today, this is what it sort of stood out today, because Phil Taylor, is it that Phil Hammer Taylor? Is playing some darts game yesterday, and I think it's probably again lack of knowledge on the darts, but maybe it's their Premier League or something like that. And he was playing somebody yesterday, and he got upset, and he goes, he didn't show me respect. And I thought, well, this is interesting. Why didn't he show him respect? Because he didn't pour him a glass of water as he was throwing the dart. So he poured himself a glass of water, the opposition player, whoever is the player he was playing against. but he didn't pour Phil Taylor the water.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So Phil Taylor goes, that shows me a lack of respect. And he's, if it weren't for me, the darts wouldn't be so popular at this stage. I think he called it BP, some PL, something like that. And I was like, two things. I thought, is it really disrespectful? One, and two, water. They come down to water in darts. Like I said, all I remember.
No, they still have their beers. They still have their beers.
Maybe that's been something I've missed. That they're not allowed to have beer now.
Maybe you're right. There is obviously. Remember, look, going back a few years ago, snooker players when they used to play, they used to have bottles of beer and stuff like that.
Your stomach rumbling.
It's my stomach rumbling.
Is it? It's the noise outside. I think we've got outside. We've got a bit of a party going on. So if you can hear us out.
But even if you have a look at the darts, money's taken over the darts.
Yeah.
And it's all razzmatazz, isn't it? Now it's all about.
I thought it was probably. Everyone likes a bit of word and fight, and here he's saying, no respect given because he didn't pour me water. And
I think Phil Taylor's going over the top with that one.
Yeah. All right,
definitely.
Another one I wanted to bring up quickly again. Oh God, we're going to run out of time. Tennis players, right, were asked. There was this draw, and recently, obviously, we've come in this news of all the way, especially what's happening in Hollywood. And what's his director's name or producer's name?
Kevin Spacey. You're talking about?
Kevin Spacey was the one that kicked it off.
Is it Weinstein or?
That's the one, right? Okay, with all this and sexism, etc., and everything happened. And what happened in the tennis ATM finals draw in Milan? And this was I say on Sunday, probably about 3 weeks ago on Sunday, is when they draw, they brought up some model with them. And they had to take off a pair of their clothing, so like a glove that they had, and that revealed a number of who's going to play who. And I thought, how are they doing this? It's just unbelievable. So one model, she took off a jacket and revealed.
We're talking about
on her back.
We're really. I mean, you're trying to get into sexism in football. I mean, sexism is really, if you look at it,
everywhere.
It's out everywhere. And it's now becoming more acceptable, isn't it? And
is it more acceptable? Is it becoming more? Maybe because I think shone the light on it, because I don't know if they've done this in the previous years or not, and everything. Also, it's just and they've said it was in disgraceful taste that this draw ceremony was done in such a way.
Do you know what it is? The way I look at it is it's prevalent in everything. If you look at the boxing side of it, why on earth do they need to have two women carrying placards and stuff like this? Darts, you actually walk with two models as you're going through.
Really? I didn't know that. Well, I know it's come to water.
And it's got out of hand. I think we're missing the point here. And I totally disagree with, females being used in that way to promote sports or to promote themselves, as being just there for that particular reason, which I don't really have a lot of knowledge. We don't have time to really go into and discuss that. So
maybe we'll bring it up again.
But definitely.
Okay, let's go into the Premier League, the football. Right. So since we've been away, there's been sackings, there've been new jobs. I mean, West Ham sacked
Bilic. Yeah,
it wasn't really a shock.
It wasn't.
Come in.
Yeah.
Because his results weren't going his way. You feel sorry for him because he did so well for him, and all of a sudden, they're not.
Shocking Moises, though, isn't he?
Moises getting in the job.
Apparently, from
his first game today, isn't it? So they play Watford today.
Apparently, from what I heard, they went for Carlo Ancelotti and somebody else as first two choices, and they were turned down dead. And then they went to Moyes, and Moyes accepted it. I honestly can't believe Moyes has got that job.
4 years ago, he had the job at the best club in the world.
Yeah, but I don't think he was ready. He's not.
No, he wasn't ready.
He's not. Look, you can either be a manager of Manchester United, or you can be a manager of Everton, or something like that. A club that's going places, you need a top manager.
Well, that's true. But then survival, that's just as big as, if not more pressure.
Yeah.
To keep them in that.
You're not going to get a top manager wanting to manage a team that's struggling.
Sam Allardyce is probably that sort of manager.
Yeah.
But he was an ex-England manager, so you say he's not a top manager.
England.
He's not done a big, massive.
But the thing is, the thing with Sam Allardyce is he was English. and there was no other English manager. Who are you going to bring else? Who are you going to bring in?
Who else has been sacked? Do you know?
I'll tell you what. Is it Chris Coleman? He's actually left.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. He's going to Sunderland.
Yeah, and I'll tell you why he's going.
I'm surprised.
No, I'm not. I'll tell you something. And they were talking about. Is it Pulis?
Pulis might get sacked from West Brom. He hasn't won 10 games.
And Pulis, they're talking about that. Maybe he's gonna get. He might go for the Wales job.
I thought Giggs was up on.
From what I heard, from some of the information that came through, Wales, he would have to take a pay cut of something like 75 to 80%.
Who's this?
Pulis
to go to Wales.
Yeah,
but the thing is, if Pulis, I don't know if he goes or if he gets pushed, but isn't he the type of manager that you would employ if he was available at West Brom for your survival or at West Ham for survival?
Absolutely.
He was the type of manager
that's
you
the
want.
sort of manager you want.
Yeah.
That's
so
exactly
now,
so.
Now it's a bit unfortunate. It looks like he might get sacked, or
Well, like if you look at it with all the money that's in the Premiership, the bottom teams have spent some couple of clubs have spent some wise money on players. So the standard.
I think we said at the start, Hernandez is a great buy for West Ham.
Yeah, the standard of football has actually, won't say has increased, but the the level of football is even. I mean, even if you look at yesterday's game against Newcastle against Manchester United, I mean, up until United actually scored, Newcastle were comfortable, weren't they? They had
comfortable. They were threatening.
Yeah,
on attack.
But the thing is, you're not going to go to Old Trafford and expect you're going to win the game comfortably, or you're not going to. So there is going to be pressure. So there is going to be pressure on you in that nature. So I would say, the teams are sort of more closer now than what they were. Anybody on their day could beat anybody.
Yeah, I think in the Premier League that's always happened, except for maybe City have seemed to have gone to an extra level this season.
Yeah, City, considering they only won 2-0, I think, they could...
Yeah, they were lucky. They could have had it gone down to 10 men.
Yeah,
they should have gone down to 10
I think they should have gone down to 10 men. That's
the team that they lost against last season.
Yeah.
I know he's got rid of probably half the team since that defeat.
Well, I was shocked Mangala got back into the team, didn't he?
But, City seem to be on a different level. I want to ask you one question, though, as time's shutting out. But Suarez or Salah?
What sort of question's that?
Salah's on fire, isn't he?
I think Salah's quality, I think I would say Suarez for me.
Suarez?
Yeah, Suarez would be the man for me. Salah, early days, he's on fire. And I think...
in the first 20 games, no one's done more assist goals than... he's in the top 4. I think Andrew Cole was in
really?
The top. He's
wow.
number 1. Andy Cole's number 1. Okay. And he's there. And so even Suarez hasn't done that impact in the first 20 games.
Suarez didn't start off, I think, his initial games he played, he didn't really do as well.
Yeah, he didn't kick off as great as Mohamed Salah has.
Okay. But Salah is excellent. He's an excellent player. And
so if the call came, so we'll swap Salah for Suarez, you'll accept it?
I think Salah is younger, so I think Suarez is a little bit older. I'd take both of them.
No, you can't take both of them.
I'll take both of them.
No. You can't have small
I'll take both of them. Salah for me is quality. That's all I want to say.
I think
he's very, very good. I think what makes a difference nowadays, especially, is the facilities, the pitch. These pitches they play on, they are pristine, quality, lovely pitches. So look, going back to Friday, Sadat, like going back to Sunday and going back and talking about Friday and Sunday, the difference was the pitch for us, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, without doubt, we played better on Asher turf.
Yeah. So when you've got a flat pitch, very little grass on it, we can do our stuff. We can do our tricks, flicks. We can play football. And when you've got a big pitch like that, people like Salah are gonna be able to run into pockets of position and get into good positions. And I think that's the difference. It makes a difference for us. And I think nowadays, he's quality. So
yeah. Okay, right. So Salah for me, I think you've answered. Big win for Arsenal.
Excellent win. I actually didn't get a chance to see that game yesterday because I think I went to see Tariq play rugby yesterday. Yeah. So I didn't get.
We haven't even talked about rugby yet.
Yeah, we haven't talked about rugby. So didn't get. I went to see Tariq play rugby, and but Arsenal, I tuned into the highlights, and did you watch it?
No, I didn't. But I've heard it's the best that they've played all season.
It's the best they've played, but the decision, the free kick they got from scoring the first goal actually changed the game. At that point, it was even Stevens.
And he started off with Tottenham. Started off with Kane. Did they take him off? Because
they took Kane off. They took Ali off.
Was it a bad day at the office for him, or was it Arsenal that good?
I wouldn't say Arsenal were that good. I think that first decision changed the game. That the free kick they got, that I think it was harsh. Phil Neville was saying it was pretty harsh as well. I believe everything what Phil Neville
Phil
says.
Or Gary?
It was Phil actually. He was saying,
yeah. Okay, thank you for tuning in, people. Inshallah, I'll see you all next week. Great show as always, and yeah,
excellent.
All done.
Thank you very much.